Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at the brand new, not yet released, Kobalt 24-volt max brushless bandsaw, a tool many people have been waiting for, particularly those in the plumbing profession and the electrical professions. A tool that we just got notice of not that long ago was coming out and has now basically disappeared from the Lowe's website. So let's take a look at it here because let's just do that because we can. Well, surprise, the real trick is that the Kobalt bandsaw has basically been hiding wide open in public for quite a while now. And we've been able to see it, look at it, touch it, or at least in the Midwest if you've got a Menards nearby, because the Kobalt bandsaw and the Menards bandsaw, or the Menards Masterforce bandsaw, are basically the same saw. So let's take a quick look at the specs comparison before we go hands-on. So both tools are made by Shervon. The only real difference here is the battery. The Kobalt uses an extra lithium-ion cell at 24-volt max, whereas the Masterforce is a 18-volt/20-volt max tool. And the motor is a little different. It's a brushed motor on the Masterforce, but a brushless on the Kobalt. So I'd anticipate there to be some performance gains from those two specs alone. But otherwise, these tools are basically the same tool. They both have an LED that'll stay on after you release the trigger, tool-free blade change, slight difference in warranty, 5 years versus 3 years, and perhaps maybe the biggest disappointment from at least from my perspective, is the fact that the cut capacity is only 2.5 inches. It'd be nice if they would have made it slightly larger, where you could do 3-inch PVC pipe. I think would have been great. Obviously, there's some trade-offs between weight and size, the bigger you make that cut capacity. And so I want to show you and just see how true that 2.5 cut capacity is on the Masterforce to see if we can expect the same thing on the Kobalt here. So let's now go take a quick look and see what we get with the Masterforce and what we can expect in the Kobalt. So here we are looking at the Masterforce bandsaw in store here. We pick it up. It's got a nice lightweight feel. I mean, obviously there's no battery on here, and the auxiliary handle's not there. The switch on the top strikes me a little bit odd, the way that that's set there, but my thumb rests rather nicely in it to be able to press the trigger forward. Seems a little just out of characteristic with how I would expect it. One of the nice things here, as you can see on the backside, is that blade is fully enclosed, which I think is just a really nice touch here. Now, as far as exactly how you get this open to change the blade, I'm not quite sure. I think you probably have to undo a couple of those screws there right by my thumb on that side and the one on the other wheel. But otherwise, it's really nice. It's solid metal, so you don't get any chance of debris getting in there or pinching. Obviously, if you're cutting wood, there's some concern about sawdust getting in there, or even with PVC, that PVC stuff just goes everywhere if you need to clean that stuff up. Battery clicks in, and now here's a tape measure here to see how close we are to 2.5 inches. And on this one here, it's advertised as 2.5, and it's just right about 2.5 on the money. So there's not really any wiggle room in that spec. I was really hoping that it might have been listed at 2.5, but maybe it'd be 2 3/4, maybe it would be 3, and then go in the other direction. When you account for the angle, which I think you'll see here in a second here, I'm going to at least try to get it here. It's about 3 inches in the other direction whenever you go. So it's a 2.5 by 2.5 inch box and not a little bit more, which is what I was really hoping for, but that just wasn't the case here today. So there we go. You can get a better look there. That's 2.5 inches going vertical on that 2.5 by 2.5 inch box. Unfortunately, this doesn't have the auxiliary handle screwed into it, which would have been nice. I think that's a nice touch to know where to put your left hand. I mean, I'm right-handed, so I want to put my left hand on the handle. There's no obvious place that if you were left-handed for where to put that handle on the right side if you want to flip hands with it. So I'm not sure this is quite the ambidextrous tool, if that's the right way to look at it. I'm not sure if the Milwaukee allows for that or not. But just looking at the box here, you can see there's a comment for a 4-pole motor, 3-year warranty. And it comes just basically as advertised here. At $129 is the current going price at Menards. That seems about realistic of what I think we'll expect it for the Kobalt version. We'll be in the same ballpark, maybe $10 higher, give or take. With the brushless motor. This is being sold only as a bare tool. There are no kit options available at this current time. So there's your look at what will become the Kobalt 24-volt brushless bandsaw. Questions or comments, put it down below. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.